such a significant crowd of committed soldiers to the cause of family. In just over 2 years, we have been able to accomplish so much, and it really is thanks to the efforts of all of you in this room. Throughout the duration of our administration, you have shown up at the Capitol, worked within your churches and your communities, and led the effort on behalf of our shared values. The Governor and I are proud to join in this effort with you. That is why we are there to walk with you on the side of life. We are there to stand with you at the Capitol as you highlight the importance of strong families. And we are there to work with you to ensure all families in Iowa are given the opportunity to succeed. What unites us, everyone in this room, is our shared commitment to the family foundation and advancing the stability within the home. We also understand that we have a responsibility greater than all of us as we engage in often contentious political processes. We absolutely live in the greatest state of the greatest country in the world, and this was vividly demonstrated for me on my recent mission trip with my husband Kevin to South Africa. It is something that I will never forget, and to be quite honest, I can't wait to get back there. To have the opportunity to work with Blessing's ministry and the Kramers and the 19 members that were a team on this trip, to provide eyeglasses to elderly individuals so they could read their Bibles at night, washing the feet of children in rural schools and putting new shoes on them, seeing the doctor of that community come before 450 students so they could see for themselves that there was opportunities ahead for them. Sustainable farming and really the vision of Dr. Blessman, the Blessman Ministries. Drip irrigation farming, a Bible study, conferences for women, a chicken house so that they could supplement meals from the heartland that's feeding 7,000 students a day in South Africa. A women's conference that we got to participate in that had a charm necklace that they were given that talked about service, commitment, joy, perseverance, forgiveness, all through the story of Joseph. Children that were fighting TB because of HIV and were losing their lives at much too young an age. But honestly, what I'm going to remember most is the smiles, the laughter, the joy, the hope, the talk of God, their faith, the songs, the excitement when we stepped into that school district of children believing that there was hope for them and a better future. As Ronald Reagan stated, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. The cause you take up today is that of your children and of your children's children. So I want to say thank you for being here on a Saturday and demonstrating your faith and your belief in the family and in Iowa and in the fact that things can be better. Thank you again for the opportunity to share briefly with you and to be a part of today's event. God bless you, and thank you again for giving us the opportunity. Now I have the distinct honor and the distinct pleasure to introduce my partner and a man that loves this state and works tirelessly on behalf of Iowans. I think the minute his feet hit the floor every morning, he's trying to figure out what he can do to make Iowa a better place to live, raise a family, and work. I truly believe that we've been able to accomplish the things that we have because he was the right leader at the right time. Because of Governor Branstad's leadership, courage, and experience, and love for the state and the people in it, Iowa is truly a bright spot in this nation, and we have great, great, great things ahead for Iowa and for Iowans. So please stand and join me in welcoming our great governor, Governor Terry Branstad.
thank you for that very nice introduction. And thank you for welcoming the Lieutenant Governor and I to the Family Leader August Summit. This is great to be here and to have this honor and opportunity to address this Family Value Summit. Families are the important building blocks to building a strong state. Ultimately, everyone in this room understands that our families are better off when they can provide for themselves and not be dependent on government. We in government have a responsibility to eliminate barriers for opportunities for our families and get out of the way. And that starts with ensuring that Iowans have an opportunity to find a good job. The Lieutenant Governor and I have focused every day on creating more jobs and more opportunities for Iowans, eliminating some of the regulatory barriers and tax barriers that prevent that from happening. And I'm proud to say just last month, we set a record of number of people employed in this state, more working than any other time in our Iowa history, erasing all the job losses of the Culver administration. We have a very ambitious goal of seeing family incomes increase by 25%. And that means we're not looking just simply at jobs, but at good-paying jobs and long-term careers. And a lot of these are in the area where the Lieutenant Governor has put a lot of emphasis: science, technology, engineering, and math. And we have exciting investments in our children's future in this area. And Iowa State University, where you're located here, is training a lot of people in these important fields that can go out to these careers and be part of the future of our state. These jobs provide good income for Iowa families so that they can bring home a paycheck that they can live on as a family. We've also known that for a number of years, Iowa families have been paying way too much taxes, especially property taxes. That needs to change. I'm proud to say this year, after 3 decades of trying, we finally got property tax reform that will result in property tax reductions for all classes of property and some income tax reduction as well. We also know that if a family is to grow and prosper generationally, we've got to have a good education system. This year, we finally passed transformational education reform that has historic school choice provisions, including the most sweeping homeschool changes since I signed the homeschool law 20 years ago. It also provides independent accreditation opportunities for our private Catholic and Christian schools. Another area of focus has been to get our state finances in order. And I want to tell you that our CPA auditor, David Belt, was a great help in that. He did a great job. You may know he was recently recognized and chosen to chair GASB, the Government Accounting Standards Board for the whole United States. He will be the chair of it for the next 7 years because of the great job he did here working with us to get Iowa's finances in order. We're proud of David Belt and proud of what we've accomplished. And by the way, Mary Mosman, who's also a CPA, was the auditor elected 3 times here in Story County, is the one I appointed to be his successor. She too will be a watchdog for the taxpayers of Iowa. Iowa families who fund state government with their tax dollars balance their budgets. and they expect their state government to do the same. And it wasn't happening. I'm proud to say we've changed all of that. We inherited a $900 million projected deficit and a financial mess where they were spending more than the state was taking in and using one-time money for ongoing expenses. And when the money ran out, they didn't stop spending. They went on a big borrowing spree with this iJobs failed debt program. We're still paying it back to the tune of $55 million each and every year for 25 years. I'm proud to say we changed it. And now we're paying down debt. And we're spending less than we're taking in. Last year we only spent 97% of revenue. We put together a 2-year budget and 5-year projections. We stopped all these bad budgeting practices. And I'm proud to say now we've restored all the money the Culver administration took from the cash reserve and economic emergency account, and we have a substantial balance in the state treasury. You know, it's about time the federal government learned from what we and other states have done and quit spending more than they're getting in. They're mortgaging our future, and they're hurting our children that are going to have to pay it back. I want to thank you for the support and help that you've given me in all the campaigns that I've run and in the honor of serving you in this state. It is an honor and a privilege to serve the people. I'm very humble. I want to say thank you for all the people that say they're praying for us. We need your prayers. We appreciate the prayers and the encouragement and the support you've given us. Your support does not go unnoticed. It is appreciated. And if you're at the Capitol, I would encourage you to stop by and see the Lieutenant Governor and I in our offices, or in the next week or so, stop by the Barry Industries building at the Iowa State Fair at the governor's booth. We are honored and proud to be your humble servants. And I want to say again how much I appreciate the invitation and the opportunity to be with you. God bless you all.